On tap, Everett.
Better Beer Authority, Better Beer.
Hi, I'm David Hartogs, and this is your Better Beer Authority. Sadly, this will be my last time in front of the BBA camera, so I want to provide the guys with something special. Everett's from Hill Farmstead Brewery out of North Greensboro, Vermont. Hill Farmstead was started by Sean Hill on his family's farm, and many of his beers are named after his ancestors. Everett, for example, was his grandfather's brother who died at a young age. Everett is an American porter brewed with English and German roasted malts, American hops, and Hill Farmstead's house yeast, and water from the well. It's unfiltered and naturally carbonated, decadent in its depths with a complex backbone of chocolate, coffee, and malty sweetness. Everett comes in at 7.5%. Let's see if the guys think this is a special beer. All right, let's let the blind taste begin. David, how are you doing today, my friend?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. Tell me about the aroma and taste, and anything stand out to you?
I mean, as soon as I put this to my nose, I mean, I can definitely pick up a lot of coffee. I mean, that's the first thing that just hits me, just fresh coffee, really. I mean, for something that's been probably aging for some time, it smells like fresh coffee.
Yeah.
Taste-wise, I mean, I've been drinking this quite a lot right now in the past 10 minutes or so, and I do, of course, get the coffee note to it. I mean, I feel like brown sugar as well. I mean, it's kind of sweet. And what I'm enjoying about this a lot is the fact that it doesn't really stay and, you know, turns bitter on your tongue. It's just so smooth. It's crazy. It's damn good beer, to be honest.
Great.
I enjoy it.
All right. Brian, what is the time and place to drink this beer?
You know, David's mentioning a lot of the coffee. To me, it should be paired well with what else? Donuts. Nice powdered donut.
Very nice. Excellent. You can dip it in later. All right, Andrew.
Good mix.
Yeah. Andrew, what was your first impression after tasting this beer, and what are some of your initial thoughts?
First impressions, much to what David said as well, was I did get a lot of coffee on up front, because I know a lot of times with beers like this, the big two flavors that you can get out of this are coffee or chocolate, and I don't really get chocolate. I get a little sweetness, but not something that reminds me of like a bitter chocolate. I get more of a bitter coffee on it as well. But I mean, all in all, you can tell that this is, I don't want to say simple is a bad term to use, whereas like just to compare with what we did with Hunapoo, where that you can tell there's a lot of ingredients involved. This may not have been as many ingredients, but it was well put together.
Okay.
What they put in was nicely balanced. It was good amounts, and it meshes well together.
Okay, great. Yeah, you're right. There's not a whole lot of ingredients in this beer. You don't have nearly, if any, adjuncts like you do in the Hunapoos or anything like that. It's just kind of, straight up English, German malts, hops, yeast, water.
Cool.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. David, this is obviously a porter or stout, without giving too much away. What are some of your favorite stouts, and how does this stack up? And also tell me your rating.
I'm going to go with the rating. When I got this, I was saying this is an 8, but I can't stop drinking this. I really can't. It's so damn good. And I'm going to go with a 9 on the rating. And I'm not going to say 10 because, I want to see how I feel about this, maybe in another 10 minutes, but this is damn good.
Okay.
As far as how it stacks up with other porters and stout that I had before, one of my favorite stouts is Founder's Breakfast Stout. I also like the Imperial Stout as well. As far as coffee goes, I mean, one of my favorites is going to be Great Device Espresso Yeti Stout. That is definitely one of my favorites, and I'm going to tell you, I mean, from those beers, as much as I love them, there's always that weird aftertaste that just kind of stays and just overstays its welcome. This, I'm just drinking it like so smooth. I know that this is probably up there in the ABV scale, pretty up there, but you don't feel that. It's just very well-made beer. It's a 9 for now.
For now.
We'll see. If you have another one in there, I'll tell you,
Yeah,
give you a 10. But
20 minutes later, he's going to be passed out on the floor, holding up 10.
That's all I'm in.
All right, Brian, what is your rating, and what is preventing this beer from becoming a higher rating for you?
Okay, what my rating is a 7, and I think it's probably because I've been given so many quality, porters and stouts. Hunapoo, which mentioned earlier, which we've done on a prior show, which had, which I felt like it was 3 different types of flavors coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I felt kind of what Andrew's trying to describe it as singular, and we both kind of wrestle with that term. Maybe that's not fair to say it's kind of simple, or, but that's what I felt. I felt it was very strong with the coffee, and that's about it. But I will say this to compliment it: it doesn't sit on your palate forever. It's not a dry like tart or bitterness that you maybe would think with a coffee. So I will give that compliment that it kind of gives a nice wet, clean finish. So I mean, in that sense, it's close to an 8. It's still a 7, but it's I want to compliment it where there should be compliments to it.
You said wet, clean finish, and my mind I'm just thinking dirty thoughts.
Would you like a donut?
Yeah, actually I would. Andrew, what is your rating, and take a stab at the ABV?
My rating is going to be an 8. So I'm kind of run the middle and run in between these two guys because, I mean, I think it's a quality beer. I think it's really well done. Like I said, there's not an added complexity to me that would put me up any higher than that. ABV-wise, I have a feeling, I'm suspicious that this drinks like a 5% beer. But I would not be surprised if this is somewhere closer to like 8 or 9%.
Okay. And what did you think it was? I think you guys were saying that it feels...
As far as style?
ABV.
ABV, this is definitely something that's, I would say, 9, 10%.
9? Okay.
Yeah.
I felt like, somewhere at least 9.
Yeah, okay, great. Well, it's 7.5%.
Okay.
Which I think is remarkable to have a 7.5% beer that feels like a 9% beer. So
And drinks like it's 5%.
Yeah.
Right?
all right, well, you guys ready?
Absolutely.
All right. We are drinking Everett from Hill Farmstead Brewing Company.
Nice.
Brewery.
Wow.
Very cool.
Before I give you the bottle.
There you go.
Thanks.
You weren't kidding. You like this stuff.
No, this is very good. Like, damn, it's very good.
Yeah, so
Robust,
robust
it's
American
a
Porter.
robust
Okay.
American
Wow.
Porter.
Because we were thinking style-wise upstairs, we honestly were leaning towards an Imperial Porter.
Mm-hmm. So close. I mean, it's a little lower on the ABV for an Imperial designation, but robust. So, Dave, what are your final thoughts on this beer?
Well, this is the first time I've had any Hills Farmstead, and I mean, I've read there's a lot of hype behind it, let's put it that way. I mean, I read, you get it up there, it's a little farm on top of a hill, and he brews whenever he wants, and just all those weird things, right? And I was thinking at one point in the, unmentionable future, probably would never happen, go on a road trip, throughout the New England states, hitting up Hills Farmstead, just really see what the hype of it is about. But you got this here, you got this home, and I can definitely tell, wow, this is excellent beer, very good beer. So thank you for sharing this with us.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. I have a good friend, Tracy. Thank you, Tracy, for the beer. She's from Vermont, and she goes up a couple times a year, and I give her some money, and she comes back with bunch of whatever Hill Farmstead she can grab for me. She goes with her mother, and they get the max amount of growlers, bottles, and whatnot. So she just got back, and I was like, this is great. I wanted to do a growler with you guys, but I wasn't sure if it would keep an extra week, so I polished that off on my own and have no regrets.
Hey, understandable.
It's all right.
Yeah.
All right, so Brian, would you go out of your way to get beers from Hill Farmstead?
I would like to try some of the. Well, I would have liked to try the growler that you brought back, but
it was damn good.
Yeah. I think for again, I gave it a 7, but it's piqued my interest as far as what they have. I mean, I would say I would try to piggyback on your order to say so. I don't know if I would travel up there just to do it, but I would certainly be interested to hand over some cash to try what they have.
Okay.
It's beautiful country, man.
I would say a road trip up there because I would go to Hill Farmstead, and I would definitely, hopefully, be open by that time to Alchemist.
Yeah.
Boston's fine liquids as well.
They don't have a tasting room, and it's hard to get his stuff.
Never mind then.
Way to shoot down the dream.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
Just stand out there, just knock on the door. Oh, please, just a little taste.
Andrew, have you had any Hill Farmstead, or what do you know of them?
I have not had anything from Hill Farmstead myself, so I'm very, very happy to try this. Be this my first one. I would love to try and get my hands on more. Like I said, piggybacking on an order, or like I said, doing a road trip at some point would be a lot of fun.
It would be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, cheers, guys. Everett would have gotten a 9 on the BBA scale had Brian had a better palate, but Everett gets an 8 on the BBA scale. Have you had donuts and beer? Have you had Hill Farmstead? Have you been to Blue Jacket for their donut and beer pairings? I'm David Hartogs, and this is your Better Beer Authority.